Hi there, welcome to the Megaton Tech channel. Today I would like to show you how you can turn your old laptop into a so-called headless audio player. So an audio player that you could connect to your HiFi system and then stream MP3 files or stream from the internet to your HiFi set using another PC or an interface on your smartphone. We're going to do that using Volumio. I came across Volumio when I was working on a Raspberry Pi, like this one, turning it into a media player, and I also saw that there are some packages available for the Raspberry Pi to turn it into a headless audio player. So you have Mac to Play, Roon Audio, Mood Audio, and also Volumio. The nice thing of Volumio is that they also have packages available for Intel-based processors, because Raspberry Pi and other systems are ARM-based chips, computers with ARM-based chips, and so Volumio is also available for Intel 32 bits and 46 bits chips. So I'm just gonna show you how I did it for a very low-end laptop, because I still had a small Asus EPC 4G sitting around, very small laptop with only an 8-inch screen, very tiny buttons. Came out in 2008, has half a gig of RAM, which I upgraded to 1 gig, and 4 gigs of internal storage in solid state. A very tiny machine. It had a custom version of Linux on it to be able to surf on the internet a bit. I used it on vacation to upload some photos and stuff to social media. But yeah, a very low-end device, but the nice thing is it has a SD card slot, so you can run Volumio from the SD card. You could also install it on the internal storage, but that's still a bit of a hassle with Volumio, but you can run it from an SD card. So I was just wondering if Volumio would run on such a low-end device, and I am just going to show you how it's done. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to go to the volumio.org website and go to the download section. There you can download the PC package, which is the second from the top, and you download. That's going to be downloaded, and that's a zip file that you need to unzip, and then there's a point image file .image file in the directory. It takes a while, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm just gonna wait for that. And then you need, of course, you can follow the instructions below. So you need to flash it onto the SD card. So you need a SD card. 4 gigs, 8 gigs is fine. I'm gonna using a class 6 one. That's what I already tested, and that works okay. Normally it's recommended to use a class 10 SD card, and you have to flash it using a image flash software. They recommend here the Win32 disk imager. I will be using Rufus, which is a similar type of software. So let's wait a bit. Okay, so the file is downloaded, so we're gonna go to the download section. Now we have the zip file, and we unzip it to a folder with the same name. So, well, it's unzipping. And I will be using a Rufus for the flashing to the SD card. So we got the SD card already in. It's a 8 gigabyte SD card, and we are going to look for the image that we would like to put on it. That's this folder, and you have to switch to all files because it's a .image file. Open. And then Rufus is ready to start to format and flash the image to the SD card. Then of course you get a warning that all data will be erased. Okay, and there it goes. And then we need a bit of patience. Okay, so it's finished, so we can close it and we can remove the SD card. Okay, so we're now ready to start with the laptop. So I have the SD card here. I'm gonna insert it into the SD card slot. I've connected the laptop to the power to the network via LAN cable, and I've got a speaker attached to it just for testing it. And now we can go and see what happens. Let me switch it on. Okay, and now the interface is starting up, the Volumio interface is starting up on screen. So that still takes a while. Okay, and there is the interface of Volumio on the laptop. And now we're gonna switch back to the desktop computer. Okay, so now we go to the web interface of Volumio. And here you see the web interface of Volumio. And now you can still do a lot of settings you have to change initially. For example, with the playback options, I'm going to set it to the headphone jack because that's the one that we're using. Startup volume I'm gonna put at 50, and the maximum volume, okay, and we're gonna save that. And that's saved. In network you can set up your Wi-Fi. I'm not going to do that at the moment. And you can also install plugins, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna install a Spotify plugin, install. So we can use Spotify on Volumio. You need a premium package, premium account to be able to use it within Volumio. So with the plugin installed, we can switch it on, and we have to enter the Spotify credentials to use it. Okay, so I installed the Spotify plugin, and I restarted the laptop. So now we are going to do some playback from Spotify to my playlists. Let me see. And say play. Okay, now I have to switch on the speaker. Yes. And we can alter the volume from the PC, and it's using the speaker for playback, and it works quite okay. Maybe switch to another song. The only problem that we still have is the following. Let me show you. Yeah, so if the lid of the laptop is closed, then the music is interrupted, and that's something, of course, you don't want. So I'm gonna open it up again, and it's in suspend mode when it closes, so it will start playing right away when you open it again. But of course that's not really helpful. As it is a headless audio player, we should be able to use it while the lid is closed. So that's something we have to change, and there's a simple way to do that, and I'm going to show that. But then we have to switch back to the PC. First of all, we have to look what the IP address is of the Volumio setup, so of the laptop. So that's 192.168.157. And then we have to open an SSH session to this device, and then you use the program called PuTTY, and we're gonna enter the IP address that we just saw. Enter, and then the login, the default login is Volumio. and the password is also Volumio. Okay, so now we're in, and now we have to enter the following command: systemctl mask sleep.target, suspend.target, hibernate.target, here hybrid -sleep.target, and that will suspend every suspend mode, hibernation mode, when every trigger to go into sleep mode is shut down. Of course, this has the implication that you have to put the laptop on the power supply, because otherwise, if it runs out of juice when you're running it, it could damage the SD card. So that's the one thing that you need to keep in mind. But now I press enter, then these settings are saved, and we're gonna reboot. And I do that now by typing reboot in the SSH session. Okay, so now the laptop will be rebooting. And the strange thing is that the web interface on the PC is already up, while the interface is still not on the screen there. But okay, so we're back again, and I'm gonna play back again. And I'm going to close the lid again. And you see that playback is just continuing, and we can still control volume like before. So that fixed it. Okay, so I showed how to fix this issue. And now we're gonna open it up again. Because I also would like to show how you can control it using your smartphone. So I've got my smartphone here. And I've already, so in the web browser you can enter also the IP address of your Volumio setup, or volumio.org or .local/, and then you get the same web interface on your smartphone. And so I'm now going to do the playback. or we're gonna switch. Okay, so I showed you how to install Volumio on this EPC, this netbook, and I showed that works quite well. You can control it via your PC or via your smartphone, and I also showed you a trick to prevent that when you close the lid the music will be interrupted. I hope you liked this tutorial, and if you have an EPC, I would say that's another way to use it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you will tune in next time.